Hello, everybody, and welcome to Framing Leadership. I'm excited to have Meghan Rivera with me today. She is currently I'm going to use this, Meghan, because you've got quite the experience. So I want to make sure I hit every point. And the beautiful thing about Meghan joining us today is that tomorrow's earnings for Organon, but she's still gracious enough, even in the midst of that chaos, to join us on Framing Leaders. So thank you, Meghan. So Meghan is currently the U.S. Market President for Organon. She has 20 years of experience in commercial leadership space in the bio and digital therapeutic areas. Her areas of expertise are in marketing, digital marketing, customer engagement strategy, customer innovation, business development, account leadership, and sales operations. I don't know if I missed anything, Meghan, but that is quite the background. So thank you for joining me.
No, thank you so much for having me, Todd. I really appreciate it. And it is, I have a storied past.
It's a great one. It's a great one. I know people are going to love to hear your story. So why don't we just start there? Kind of walk me through your leadership journey. I mean, was it something that you always wanted to be a leader, or was it something that came to you as you went through your, different journey with marketing and brand and things of that nature?
Yeah. I've got to be honest. I don't really think I had a plan in the beginning. I really, way back when I ended up in pharma because I had gone to pharmacy school and had some intern experience in a clinical setting and ended up in a role in compliance.
Okay. That's always fun.
Yeah. Well, I was very quickly informed that I probably have a personality that maybe isn't exactly the right for compliance.
No offense to people in compliance out there, because I've met some very fun ones.
They're amazing. They're amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't quite fit the bill, maybe. No. So I took that cue and moved on. But I think pretty early on, I realized that leadership was something that I was really passionate about. And being able to really work with individuals for the greater good of a team was one of my first probably passion points in my career. And I struggled to find or to rack my brain for anything that has been quite as rewarding as that. Yeah. Over the course of the last 20 some odd years. So probably, I think I had probably management experience even in college and some of my college jobs and such. But
you went to St. John's, is that correct?
What's that?
You went to St. John's? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I had, I worked several jobs while in college, including, I was a shift supervisor or whatever, manager at Starbucks.
Oh, nice.
Starbucks was not like a real.
Do you like to whip up a good cup of coffee, or do you go to Starbucks?
Well educated in coffee. In fact, they sent you to school back then.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I went to coffee school for a full week before I got to start at Starbucks. But I did a number of things while I was in college. That was one of my first supervisory kind of management experiences. But getting into pharma, I just found it to be such a rewarding experience to see how I could bring people together and just achieve goals as a team, whether big or small, but contribute to an organization as a group was really, really important to me and kind of continued throughout. So I had a number of roles throughout my career that were individual contributor, but also leadership roles. And probably for the last 10 or so years, I've done nothing but lead probably teams that have grown in size and scale over the course of time. But it's been a really fun journey for me. I would say it's been a really fascinating thing to explore and to realize who I am as a leader. It takes some time to do that.
Absolutely.
I think, and we all need to realize that, I'm sure. But I think once I got comfortable with being my authentic self, that is when I think it took things to the next level from a leadership perspective. So it's been a blast.
So let me ask you, any people who kind of helped you form and frame your leadership experience or who you are in becoming a leader?
Gosh, I mean, so many people. I've taken so much from so many leaders, and that's good and bad, right? Like certainly things that I've learned not to do from individuals. But there's a couple kind of attributes that I think I've learned along the way First and foremost, being a principle that I live day in and day out, which is I surround myself with people who are way smarter than me.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
Amen.
that is absolutely key to success. Like,
Yeah.
and I am comfortable with that. I got comfortable with that a while ago. And once I became comfortable with that, it's
a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to have people who can just create, and you're there to hopefully, I love this quote from Warren Bennis, who's one of my favorite authors, but he's a leadership guru. He said, the leaders of tomorrow will not be commanders. They'll be maestros, not masters.
Yes, I love that.
Coaches, not commanders. And so what you're saying is like, I believe that orchestration of a maestro to go, hey, these people are uber talented. How do I make sure that we all make really great music together and I don't step in their way?
1,000%. And that, I think that's so important, right? Like my job as a leader is to clear the path for people to do their best work, to create that culture that is inclusive and empowering and enables people to truly shine. And I think that's what I see as my biggest responsibility, is really unleashing in the individual leaders on my team and then the individuals throughout the entire organization, regardless of position, right? To really embrace and capitalize on their strengths and be able to bring those to work every day and be excited about it. That's absolutely so important. So important.
So